Hello. Happy Sunday to everybody. At least I think it's Sunday for everybody. I don't think we have anybody from Australia, but maybe there's some of you from other time zones across the timeline. Anyway, welcome to 7-7. Interesting times we're in. The celestial energies, the increase in energies, galactic alignments, etc., etc., etc. So the interesting thing is I had this particular transmission already on the schedule for this day, not realizing it was the 7-7 portal. So thank you for synchronistic divine timing, as always, perfect. The 7-7 portal, as I understand it, is when our galaxy, our sun, comes into alignment with Sirius. Now, the Sirian star system is pretty well known in a lot of spiritual communities. While our sun is the giver of life force for this planet that we live on, the star Sirius is considered our spiritual sun. So if we can think of our sun as the third dimensional, physical bearer of life force, Sirius is considered our spiritual sun. And a lot of the ancient cultures, particularly the Egyptians, had a very, very strong connection. They understood that this alignment with Sirius was a gateway to the gods, is how they termed it. And many of the cultures, Sirius is the brightest sun in our galaxy, so in our night sky. And so many of the cultures, particularly the indigenous cultures, revered this particular star, knowing that it was very special. And just to add a little bit more to this alignment with Sirius, this portal is the gateway to this culmination that we reach on 8-8, which many of you may know is the Lion's Gate portal. So that's when we come into alignment with not only Sirius, but also Orion. So these three very, very powerful suns come into alignment, or stars, or galaxies. So anyway, that's why we're here. Or at least, maybe that's not why we're here doing this. Maybe you were going to do this with me anyway. But I think one of the things that maybe a lot of you are aware of is that we are getting more and more sensitive on a daily basis. When I say we, I think I can speak really for everyone, but those of us who, or those people who are out there who are not doing the spiritual work, that sensitivity may be feeling a little chaotic or a little uncomfortable. And so without the awareness of why there's this sensitivity, we just see, an eruption of some of the discontent in the world. We don't have to look far to see that. It's pretty evident. But for those of us who are doing this spiritual work, that sensitivity is a beautiful natural byproduct. We start to become more sensitive to just our energetic surroundings, our internal energies, and that makes us also more sensitive to these celestial and galactic alignments. I mean, the 7-7 portal happens every year. It's pretty safe to say for me, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have noticed anything. But this gateway opened a few days ago, and I absolutely was just feeling like something's going on. I wasn't sure what until I realized that it was this alignment. So that's a gift for us. We're getting more sensitive. Sometimes we don't know why we're feeling what we're feeling. And I have a tendency to sort of forget that there's all these planetary things happening, because they're happening all the time. And depending on where you are in your astrological chart, some things may be more or less compared to another person. But the beauty is that we are getting more sensitive. So when we have special alignments like today, it enables us to just take something that we might really receive beautifully anyway and turn up that dial just a little bit in our sensitivity so that we can reach and receive in just a more refined way, maybe with just a little bit more awareness, maybe with just a little more conscious sensation or conscious noticing about what's happening in our perception. So that's a little bit about 7/7 and these beautiful alignments. So I'd like to talk for just a minute about this particular transmission. Many of you who are here have done this with me before and are familiar with it. And I always like to just remind the people who do this work on a regular basis with me, as I do work with my mentors on a regular basis, it's always different. Maybe, again, that difference may be subtle, and depending on your level of perception, maybe you don't notice those subtle differences. But sometimes the differences are quite large. So we always come with that sense of a beginner's mind, stepping into space, a sacred container, and knowing that we are really being held and that we are always receiving what is appropriate for us in this exact moment in time. So welcome. And one of the things that I really, really love about this particular transmission is, for me and for many of the people that I get feedback from, there is unquestionably a divine presence here. Now, how you perceive that divine presence is probably going to be very different from person to person. But I think that knowing, and there's the intellectual knowing, and then there's the embodied knowing. So intellectually knowing that we have divine support on this ascension process, this awakening process, which can be very trying, it's nice to just be reminded that you are being supported. Even in those moments when maybe it doesn't feel like it, when things feel very difficult and chaotic, there's a divine plan. And the chaos is serving a purpose too. The difficulty is serving a purpose too. But moving past the intellectual understanding of it, dropping into the more embodied understanding of it, that is, to me, the real power of this work. Is it moves us away from our intellect and it drops us into the body, into sensation, into feeling, into an experiential understanding of that support. Now, I can't tell you what you're going to experience, because it could be very subtle or it could be extremely powerful. It could be anywhere in between. It may come and go. You may come in and out. The experience is yours. And that's the beauty of it. No two experiences are alike. And because of the uniqueness of how everyone receives this, to me, I just take that as confirmation that you're getting what you need to receive in this moment. Because if everybody got the same thing, it may or may not be the same level of appropriateness for everyone. So during this transmission, one of the things that comes through for me is light language. Many of you are probably familiar with what that is. For those of you who are not, at its most basic level, light language is a way that energy moves through vocalization, through spoken word. But more than that, there is an encoding of particular light codes, packets of celestial bytes, if we want to talk about like computer terminology, whatever these light codes that are coming in, whatever we're receiving through this divine transmission, there's an encoding in the light language. And it's a resonance, it's a vibration that is a higher vibration, a celestial alignment, an alignment with the guides, whomever, however, however you like to think of that. So if you're not familiar with it, it's not to be understood by the intellect. There is, it may just sound like words or sounds or noises, and it's not meant to be understood by the intellect. So as you hear it, just receive it. Some people do find, though, that they do get a message. Some people find that when they're hearing the light language, the sensation of the energy ticks up a little bit. That may or may not be your experience. I will be playing music during this as well. So as that's playing, you'll hear both the light language and the music. And basically the energy that is being channeled and transmitted is through my work with the Elohim, the angelic realm, archangelic realm. It's all very high frequency, high states of consciousness that are coming through. So just to give you sort of like what is happening, what is coming through. But I'm not going to break it down, and I can't break it down any deeper than that, because a lot of people find that their guides show up, whether it's angelic, archangelic, whether it's an ascended master, whether it's just a spirit guide, whether it's an elemental, the dragons. I mean, they're all part of the celestial realm. So again, the beauty of this work is that it gets delivered in such a way that you can receive it in a way that is appropriate and meaningful for you. So I lead us in with a guided meditation. Not a very long one, probably just 5, 6, maybe 7 minutes. That's just to get us present and grounded and open. And then the transmission itself will be probably about 35 or 40 minutes. You can be seated or laying down. You don't need to have your camera on. I won't be, I'll have my eyes closed for the whole thing, so I won't be seeing you. Just make sure that you're comfortable, that's all. And if you need to change your position at any time, feel free to do so. We won't be sharing or anything afterwards. So once the transmission is done, the music will end, and then we'll probably spend a few moments in silence. I may speak briefly about something. We'll see. I don't have a plan. See the space that I'm in. But when the transmission is over, what I like to do is just keep the meeting open so that there isn't any disturbance. If you're in a really deep state and you want to stay there, sometimes when the meeting ends, that recording has stopped, thing goes off, and that's very disruptive. And also, if you want to type anything in the chat once you kind of come back about your experience, feel free. So that being said, I think we're ready to begin. I just want to express that I'm very, very grateful to have you here. This is such a pleasure for me to do. It's really a gift. It's a gift to be able to tap into these energies. It's a gift to be able to share these energies. And it's a true gift to be able to come into a communal space, even though we're not interacting with one another. We are bringing our collective energy into this space, and that is very, very powerful. So all of my sessions, I always thank people for showing up and doing the work, because it's invaluable. It's imperative to our growth and our awakening of the collective. So thank you for being here. So go ahead and find whatever seat or position you'd like to be in. Just allow yourself to begin to get settled. Closing the eyes. And just allowing yourself to consciously and intentionally move all of the thoughts, ideas, sensations, just the things that are sort of taking up the mind space. Just move all of that off to the periphery, out to the side, and bring your full attention to your presence here and now. And the best way to do that is to just tap in and feel your physical body. Become aware. However you're situated, seated, laying down, whatever you're on, feel your presence. Feel your body being supported, not just by the bed or the chair or the floor, but beyond that, the ground itself, Gaia, Mother Earth. And allow yourself to just soften into that support, into that nourishment. This great, beautiful Mother of ours is supporting us and nourishing us every hour, every minute of every day. So just feel your physical self present and being held by that great energy, that great power. And then begin to just notice your breath without doing anything in particular to the breath. Just notice this natural flow. If there is any evidence, tangible evidence of divinity in your human self, it is right here in your breath. Whatever created this life you're living, it is flowing in you with every soft inhale and every soft exhale. Bridging this human vessel with the divine. So just noticing that breath and finding gratitude. And with that feeling of gratitude, moving your attention to your heart space, space of your physical heart, also the home of your emotional heart and your spiritual heart. All connected, intertwined, overlaid. And as you breathe with every soft inhale, imagine the heart space softly expanding, staying in that expansion on your exhale. On your next soft inhale, expanding a little bit more. Breathing in this this sense of expansion into our spiritual heart, this place within us that is not just full of compassion and empathy and gratitude, but this space that is literally like an antenna out into our spiritual realm. It's all-consuming divine love. So just welcoming that in. And now gently bringing your attention up to the third eye and the crown space. And finding that sense of expansion here. This place of divine sight, divine understanding, the receiver, the receptacle of divine wisdom that we can welcome in and integrate into our being. No need to understand that on the intellectual level, but rather feeling into the awareness that you, at your deepest essence, are not bound by this physical vessel in which you live. So finding that sense of expansion, the boundlessness, the limitlessness of the self, sense of openness that is ready and willing and able to receive exactly what is meant for you in this moment in time. isitia tu ushunya manaita kana hana sataishi. No imna isitia tianya mana ahai kana utu sutumna. Tienyanai satyam notoi satao shutyam. Hai to onahai otomono sate shityam awa. No oihai hisiet ya ahim shushawa nai. Tienyanai sitiam no osu ayo hononoi. Naisite shitiam nai tukunu no otoi sewa ham. Sanya hitem naya katuto shutyuma mai osutoi namai kanasate. Hinyamanai site site shutyume ai o kono sutoi o hema kono no imanami. Ha shusha o himnyai na wow no. Haya no husutue she mana. Sunono se ai shushele na tekenya satane se. Nyamnai site shtu nyamnai kata ai no iti ai shutam no Nyamnai sitesh tutumanam tukum sutumai. Siti aku usunya mutu amnai itaun suya iyan yanai sitiau sui shahayana imnya ya haya kutusa unai kutusa tuishitiya atiaka ohusu Noitiam naim notosutunya hadakmasava aishtiam Soyanana Shatia Bhaya Kutulu Manana Sate Sutia Namane Sate Sito Sutunamana Shata Ayakamawaya Tukuma Sitiam Naikanavai How Shimnyai Tanaikatan Sitiayana Noe Etiawa Husunu Noikatatu Noe Nyamnai Sunya Namai Tawatyash Numnaiti Sityawas Namanayam No Otau Tunyamai Katu Tushu Nete itya aha shashawa hunama Ve satai shinyan naikatuna Apetim yanai sitya satai shinyanai samna Nyamnai toko to siti aptawa shushoewa nyamna kanasate siti shishonyamnai ihishi sia washutyawa emnai takinyamnai satawa sutunyamnai anyanai sutu ukutuna oshutu nyamna asate kinyamna sate siti nyamna. So just taking several minutes here in this expanded state. However that is for you, however you're experiencing that at this moment. Aware of that infinite space within you, the observer. That eternal, ever-present essence within you. That is simply aware of the experience, the phenomenon, the journey. And with that same awareness, also just noticing your physical self. Let there be a bridge between the reality that you understand as your physical life and this expanded state, this higher space. They are both you. They are both integral to your existence. Let them not be separate from one another, but part of the same whole. So while I bring this transmission to an end, the energy, the field is still quite expanded. And I invite you to stay in that expansion as long as feels good and nourishing and right for you. If and when you're ready to come back, you can open your eyes and begin to fully land back in the body. There's no rush. The more time we spend in these expanded states, the more we understand that this is an integral part of who we are. you feel called to reach out to me and let me know how you received this, please, I invite you to do so. It's always a blessing to understand how this work is reaching people, how it's being received. So whether you want to type something in the chat, I'm going to leave the meeting open, or you want to send me an email. Regardless, I want to thank you from the depth of my heart, my soul, for your presence here today, your contribution in this divine space, this divine container. I'm deeply grateful for you, for this work, and for this support that we are receiving on this beautiful journey of awakening. So thank you for joining me today. You will get an email with the replay. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, expanded, heart-centered, grounded day, night. Sending you much love. Thank you for joining.